From former IEBC chair Wafula Chebukati passing away,
Wafula Chebukati has been officially declared as being no more family.
To President Ruto's lies detected.
Wanasema hiyo barabara yote ni barabara ya World Bank.
Is poverty increasing in Kenya?
40% of Kenyans are now at the level of absolute poverty.
Governor Irugu Kangata acquires mobile dialysis truck.
They're coming for you.
Hello, how are you? Welcome back to ShowNewTrend. I'm of the day and my name is Elvis Deri. Kenya has had the same politicians since the 1990s. They keep on shifting camps, forming new parties and alliances to keep Kenyans hopeful for a better future. But recently, Kwame Owino from the Institute of Economic Affairs conducted a thorough research revealing the hard truth, revealing the high increase of the level of poverty in Kenya. This is what Chega Majuis had to say about this.
Listen to this. Ndio wewe unafikiria some other tribes are your enemy, ufungua akili. There is this guy called Kwame Owino of Institute of Economic Affairs. They have been doing some research and taking data. And they have discovered that 40% of Kenyans are now at the level of absolute poverty. Absolute poverty. Absolute poverty means that those Kenyans cannot be able to afford a meal. 40%, we are talking about almost 20 million Kenyans now, cannot afford a meal. Again, he said another 20% are in multidimension poverty. Ile ni ile kubahatisha. Huyo sasa ni ule mtu anabahatisha, leo na kesho anaweza kula, leo na kesho ako job, hizo zingine hajui. So we are talking about 60% of Kenyans now, 60% of Kenyans now are at poverty. Yani wako kwa umaskini ya kupindukia. Wanasema kwamba that even watu wamekuwa maskini than they were in 2000, year 2000. That watu wamekuwa maskini zaidi than even walikuwa before COVID. Young people have become so poor.
Kenyans have been voting for their enemies for years without even noticing. The same faces in government positions, the same faces on ballot boxes. But yet, Kenyans end up getting the same results. It is time to wake up. Just listen to what Senator Edwin Sifuna had to say.
So if you look at the current state of the country, what is the greatest threat to Kenyans? The greatest threat to Kenyans is not external. We don't need him to wield that sword against anybody, because he himself is the greatest threat to Kenyans. If you look at the year that Kenyans have had in 2023, it is the worst year. If you speak to anyone, people did not even have proper celebrations for Christmas because they don't have money. As we speak right now, many people have been unable to take their kids to school. Schools have opened. There is basically no money. If you look at the level of taxation, we don't have anything that he can use that sword to protect. That is why he wants to use it against us. When the leader of a country stands up and he tells investors that in this country there are only 3 options. Either you follow what I am telling you, or I send you to heaven, or I jail you, or you go back to your country. That is somebody who has been corrupted and with power. So he feels that the only thing to do is to use that sword against his own countrymen.
After announcing 2007 election results, Samuel Kivitu lived for only 2 years and 7 months. In the year 2022, after Wafula Chebukati announced the election results, he also lived for 2 years and 7 months as well. Kenyans, breaking news, IEBC chair Wafula Chebukati has passed away. So, to the next person who is going to replace Wafula Chebukati, taking the IEBC chair position, just know that the deadline is 2 years and 7 months.
Wafula Chebukati has been officially declared as being no more family. And the sad thing is, Kenyans are actually celebrating because of the anguish and the pain that has been caused by the last 2 rigged elections, allegedly. But the interesting thing for me, family, is why now? Okay, I know he was sick. He was really sick for the last 2 years. He's been in and out of hospital. But why today? Why now, just after they declared that they were going to be reconstituting the IEBC and Nabi was bowing to pressure and they were now starting the process? I know you guys, you think everything I see is a sacrifice, but there are no coincidences.
When our politicians work for the people diligently, we will keep on supporting and appreciating them. Governor Irungu Kangata, Murang'a County, has decided to do the Lord's work, acquiring a mobile dialysis truck to reach patients in remote and rural areas. Kenyans, check this out. Governor Irungu Kangata says that Kenya has a unique opportunity to transform the society through technology. The investments that need to be done to achieve this is not actually very expensive. Let's listen to this.
Yes, I think from where I see it, Kenya has a unique opportunity through which to transform the society generally and public sector generally through technology. I also think the investments that needs to be done to achieve that are not expensive as it sounds. It only requires goodwill. It only requires strategic thinking. I know Kenya has the know-how to do so. It has the right attitude to do so. And I pray in the next 10, 15 years, I think Kenya ought to be at that place where our technologies be able to make Kenya a better place for our children, for our future, and we prosper together holistically in a more logical and in a more tech-savvy society. Thank you.
Another politician that deserves a round of applause is Member of Parliament Githunguri constituency, Gathoni wa Muchomba. Kenyans, let's take a look at this development.
Mangetu Chita Chronicles. Hapa mahali niko munaona ni kitchen, si ati niko kwa hoteli. Niko mahali inaitwa Ikinu, hapa ni Githunguri constituency, Kiambu County. Hapa is a central kitchen ambayo nasikia ilijengwa na mjumbe hapa anaitwa Gathoni wa Muchomba. This place they built a central kitchen ambayo inapikia chakula all schools ambayo iko kwa hii constituency. I'm told they are feeding over 22,000 kids. They have a program inaitwa chakula moto moto na madhe. Lazima madhe ni huyo wa Muchomba. You see, they have mpaka hii saa nimeambiwa na Yesa nika top up hii ndio wasasi wana top up 20 bob inaitwa tap to eat. So mtoto mwenye ako shule anatembea na kitu kama iangalia maajabu. Una tap tu unapatiwa chakula. I arrived here 9 am. Malori ilikuwa inatoka distributing foods to all schools in this constituency. Unaona vile kitchen inakaa mpaka nimevalishwa kitu kwa kichwa because they are hygienic. Now let me tell you something. Maendeleo inawezekana.
Do you think Kenya is going to have a one-term president? Do you think President William Ruto is going to lose the coming elections? Honorable Anthony Kebagendi decided to be a prophet. Kenyans, listen to this.
Hivyo mimi naambia wale wajumbe tunatoka nao hapa Kisii County na Nyamira ambao wameungana na rais kugandamiza wananchi. Hawa wananchi ambao waliwapitisha wakawaweka bungeni watakutana na nyinyi tena hapo 2027. Na mimi nawaomba wananchi tusifanye makosa tena ya kuhadaiwa na Rais William Ruto. 2027 Kenya hapa itafanyika kama Marekani, itafanyika kama Nigeria. Hapa tutakuwa na a one-term president. Tuibwana nile. Si hata nyinyi mmechoka? Ni wangapi wamesema tunapeleka Ruto nyumbani? Mole tayari? Asante sana, wacha.
Senator Edwin Sifuna has recently attacked Honorable Oscar Sudi. saying that how can President William Ruto hang out with a class 2 dropout, in the process degrading Oscar Sudi to the world. Just listen to this.
There is very little that Ruto can do in the intervening period to save his presidency, and he knows it. That is why his allies are speaking the way that he does. That is why he is insulting the public and telling them off every turn he gets. Told us that he has a PhD and nobody should lecture him on anything. I've never seen a PhD who hangs out with class 2 dropouts, because what you do then is that you reduce the average intelligence to at least class 8. If you are just surrounded by, they say birds of a feather flock together. How are you a PhD hanging out with Sudi?
After Edwin Sifuna's statement on live TV about Oscar Sudi, Honorable Oscar Sudi, being a class 2 dropout, Oscar Sudi got into his feelings and he decided to clap back.
It's yani, you insult this one, you rubbish that, the other one. Oh, you know, yani, you. So let me. Can you go and ask people or ask your friends if and ask them to tell you the truth. They will.
When news spread that Honorable Oscar Sudi is clapping back, the people did not hesitate to support and defend Edwin Sifuna, Senator Edwin Sifuna. Just listen to how the people, the comrades, were injecting at bunge la mwananchi.
Oscar Sudi ametusi Edwin Sifuna ambaye ni Secretary General wa ODM. Akamutusi stupid, sijui nini, ati Sifuna hana IQ yenye inaweza toshana na yake. Honestly, ati Sifuna hana IQ yenye inaweza toshana na Oscar Sudi. Oscar Sudi anaelewa maana ya IQ, yani in full. Does Oscar Sudi know how to calculate IQ? Anajua. To calculate IQ, you take your mental age divided by chronological age times 100. Does Oscar Sudi know that? Oscar Sudi ni level ya Oscar Sudi ni level ya Edwin Sifuna. Anaweza toshana, can Oscar Sudi engage Edwin Sifuna in an intellectual discourse anywhere? Oscar Sudi aheshimu Edwin Sifuna. Edwin Sifuna sio klasi yake.
Juja Member of Parliament George Koimburi dramatically escaped on a motorcycle outside Kiambu Law Courts. His lawyer Ndegwa Njiru described this incident as a brazen abduction attempt. Kenyans, just take a look at how things unfolded.
Overcome, we shall overcome someday. Deep in our heart, we do believe we shall overcome. We shall overcome.
Kenyans, do you remember this?
Ndio barabara itoke Mandera, ikuje Ramo, ikuje Gari, ikuje Elwak, ikuje Kobo, ikuje pale Kotulo, ikuje Tarbaj, ipitie hapa Wajia, iende Samatar, iteremuke Modogashe, ifike Isiolo, iende Nairobi, watu wa Northern Kenya wakae kama Wakenya wengine.
Did you know it was just a prank by President William Ruto? The Kenya government is taking credit on World Bank funded projects. Listen to this.
World Bank is trending at number 3, and World Bank is trending at number 3, reason being Wakenya wanasema kwamba Rais Daktari William Samoei Arap Ruto anapoongelea kuhusiana na barabara ambayo itoke wapi? Isiolo. Iende wapi?
Iende Burji.
Itoke Burji iende wapi?
Iende Koasi wapi?
Iteremke wapi?
Huko kote.
Wanasema hiyo barabara yote ni barabara ya World Bank.
Okay.
World Bank walianza kuitolea hela in 2020.
Ndio.
Na hiyo barabara tayari imetengewa pesa na World Bank.
Okay.
So sio barabara ambayo rais anapaswa kuiongelea sana kana kwamba ni yeye ambaye anaishughulikia.
Okay.
Wameweka paka mapicha kutoka katika mitandao ya World Bank kabisa wa Kenya pale, from Washington DC, September tarehe ngapi? Tarehe 8, 2020. The World Bank of Directors today approved $750 million in International Development Association, financing to improve the movement of people and goods, digital connectivity, and access to social services for over 3.2 million people living in the northern eastern region, where the Isiolo-Mandera Regional Road Corridor traverses.
Okay, Samatar.
When President William Ruto was confronted, this is how he defended himself.
This is serious business. Ndio barabara itoke Mandera, ikuje Ramu, ikuje Gari, ikuje Elwak. The many people who sometimes enjoy me about about this is serious business. I fairly know many places. I would tell you the roads in northern Kenya, the way I would tell you the roads in central Kenya, I would tell you the roads in western Kenya, in many parts of Kenya. And it's because it's my job, you know. This is the job I applied for, to think about the country, to know what to do, where, and to make sure that no part of Kenya is left behind.
We are approaching election seasons, Kenyans. Let's not make the same mistakes that we did in previous elections. Vote wisely. Listen to what Michael Joseph said.
Kenyans have peculiar habits, you know. Here you have an election, time to register. Yeah. And then on the last day, there's a long lines to register. And then the government announces an extension. And everybody goes home.
And wait till the
other last day. Come on.
Talking more about elections, Cyprian Isnakundi posted an opinion poll on his X page. The candidates were William Ruto, Raila Odinga, and a mosquito. And the mosquito won by 70% of the votes. This clearly shows that Kenyans prefer a mosquito to be the president rather than these corrupt individuals in government.
Lakini Kenyans nyinyi watu mnakuanga wa maajabu sana. Yani Kenyans mnakuanga tu watu wa maajabu. So pale X kuna msee unajua Cyprian Nyakundi aliweka poll katikati ya Ruto, katikati ya Raila na mosquito. You understand? Katikati ya Raila, Ruto na mosquito. Mwenye saa 2027 tunaweza pigia kura. And guess nani amewin? Mosquito imewin kura against Raila Odinga and William Ruto. Aki Kenyans nyinyi. What? No. Kenyans lazima mchunguze. Hii breed ya Kenyans ni ngumu kuelewa.
Hii ID is more than just a card. It's the key to opportunities. Ni ufunguo to freedom, the change we have been waiting for. So bila ID yako msee, unajua nini itafanyika? You will be financially excluded. What do I mean by that? You will have no access to M-Pesa. You will have no access to M-Kopa phones. Like we the youths are very familiar with that. Hutaweza kufungua bank account yako, hutaweza kupata loan, hutaweza kununua shamba wala kuuza shamba. So, kwa nini hauna ID kama kijana? 2027, without your ID, you will not be able to vote. What are you doing without your ID? I will urge all of us to hold each other accountable. Uliza mzae, uliza madhe, uliza beshte yako kama akona ID. Identity yetu, Kenya ni yetu.
Thank you so much for joining us on today's show. I'm your host, Elvis Derry. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.
They're coming for you.